Before I talk about, if I need this mic. So before I talk about me, I just wanted to take a moment and everybody go home tonight and say prayers for the victims of Hurricane Sally, Laura, and the wildfires, and lift up our first responders who risk their lives to lend a hand when disaster strikes. So everybody can do that tonight. It's about them, it's not about me. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Back in February, my wife and I would talk about the polarizing issues that we face in 2020, and most of the time that conversation would end the same way. Not in Texas, not in Galveston County, and not in League City. Fast forward to March, there was a vote to add teeth to the COVID stay-at-home order, putting our great police department and wonderful residents in a divisive and awkward situation. It was only one vote shy 30 days later from being extended. I would never support this. Moving on to June 6th, we had a BLM march that was mostly peaceful except for the graffiti up and down South Shore Boulevard and exploited the police spray painted in front of an officer's house. I have photos to prove it, in case if anybody didn't catch that. In June, there was an issue calling for the removal, replacement of a monument in front of the Galveston County Courthouse. I would never support that. Independence Day celebrations were canceled everywhere, so July 20th, I went to City Hall and I filed for City Council. I realized that we needed staunch defenders with a backbone in every single position of government. November 3rd, 2020 is a turning point for all of us. 22 years ago, I took an oath to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I never break a promise. What I see happening around me is not what I fought for, so now is the time for me to stand up and do something. Anyone who can tell a man or a woman that they can't open their businesses and provide for their families is a domestic enemy. So I've been told that it's taboo to mention national issues in a local race. However, these issues and these enemies are right here, right now. Several League City businesses have closed for good and a lot more are suffering. The American Legion is closed, vets are committing suicide, our children are depressed. A lot of schools are requiring some children to wear masks all day long. They return home with raw ears, rashes on their beautiful faces. This is child abuse and it's conditioning. People say the City Council has no control over these issues. Stick to what you can fix: drainage, infrastructure, and growth. That's garbage, it's defeatism, and I don't subscribe to that. Every person running for council is going to make the most informed, logical decisions about drainage, growth, and budgets. These are nonpartisan topics. This year is different. This year we need a strong, moral, motivated candidate. I suggest that we put a pin temporarily in non-essential or city pet projects. We need to focus on what's most important, and that's getting back to our way of life. I've lived a very private life up until now, and it was great. I only had Facebook less than 60 days ago, and it was only to run city council. But times have changed, and I must step up and step forward. We're failing our children, our government has grown out of touch, and that's why I'm here. My name's Justin Hicks. I'm a God-fearing veteran, a father of 4 daughters, a husband, a conservative, a patriotic Texan, and American without apology.